Hello everyone, and welcome to a new CircuitMess video. In this one, I'm going to show you what a test jig is. So this thing here, we call it a test jig, and it's actually a machine that we design for ensuring quality control at CircuitMess. So in the past, we have been making lots of different types of test jigs. They first looked like this, then they looked like this. Now they look like this, and we are constantly trying to automate this process of ensuring that what we manufacture actually works. Let me show you what a test jig does. So when we manufacture a circuit board, let's take this as an example. Then we have placed all of these tiny microchips, and we need to make sure that this circuit board works. Most of the circuit boards work after they exit manufacturing, but a small portion of them don't work. And there's lots of different reasons why they don't work. Sometimes these chips tend to flip, sometimes some of the chips are missing, sometimes there is something else. In other words, if you really want to make sure that the components that you send to the community, to the users actually works, you need to check every single circuit board. So the way we do it, we actually take a circuit board, and when we're designing it, we put these tiny small silver pads that you can see here. We hide them, in this case under the screen, and we use them to ensure that the device is actually working. Then we design a test jig like this, and as you can see, the test jig actually has these tiny spikes that correspond to the places on the circuit board which are being tested. These tiny pins are called the pogo pins because they're basically like a pogo stick. You have a tiny spike, and you also have like a tiny spring. And then these things, they stick into these special test pads on the circuit board, and then three magical things happen. The first thing that happens is quality control. So in this test jig, we actually have a whole Linux computer. It's called a Raspberry Pi, and it runs a software that we have designed that tests whether all of these different pads have the specific values that we want it to have. Sometimes we test if there's a certain voltage, sometimes we test if there's a certain signal, sometimes we test something else, but it's very important to design this whole procedure. And there's actually no procedure that fits like every single device. You just have to figure this out for every single device and make sure that you make a procedure that's going to test it. Secondly, we need to flash the firmware. So the Raspberry Pi here, it flashes the microchip that's on the circuit board here, so that it already comes preloaded with the software, with the games, and all the things that need to be done here. Thirdly, the test jig is actually equipped with Wi-Fi, and then it connects to our server, and it records a special unique identifier that is on this chip, so that we know that this specific device has gone through quality control. I hope you like these videos that I'm filming. Let me know